In November 2016, the United States of America changed its fate forever. Instead of electing a dignified politician, it chose this buffoon. But what if there was an alternate timeline where the US chose the right candidate? What if we chose the right man for the job? Wait, I'm sorry, you thought I was talking about her? No, of course not. No, the fate of America was chosen months before this travesty occurred. By then, the destiny of the US was already sealed. They had denied the hand of God himself. Of course, I'm talking about Jeb Bush. What if Jeb Bush was elected president of the United States? Usually in these scenarios, the alternate timeline takes a more somber tone, reflecting on what we lost because a bad event happened. And I'm not stopping here. Time to crank this stuff up to 11 and make you stay up at night thinking about what was lost. Sorry, Grandma dying of the virus. Should have voted for Jeb in March 2016, you old bat. In an alternate January 2017, Jeb Bush is sworn into office. Usually, the day is cold enough to harden the most stubborn nipples. Yet instead, the day is warm. The sun glistens as Jeb speaks. The people, once uncertain, decide to clap and feel their souls light up. They wonder how they never clapped before, as he gives a speech comparable to that of Kennedy, Lincoln, and even Jesus Christ himself. At the end of his speech, Jeb takes out a flaming sword. It astounds the audience worldwide. At the sight of such a beacon, they realize this is not simply a mere public servant. The next 4 years are a time of not only prosperity for the US, but one of expansion. Canada, under the reign of Justin, blackface was fine 20 years ago, Trudeau, hasn't seen the best of days. So they cast off their maple leaf shackles and join the USA. The cartels disavow their trafficking, no longer needing to sell drugs, as the only high we all need is Jeb. There is no longer a left or right in politics. There is only Jeb, a black hole of true centrism who brings in all sides. Eventually, Britain does leave the EU, deciding to join what is now the Jeb Empire. The entire EU follows suit. By 2022, Jeb has now united all of humanity. But where is there to go? Simple: Mars. Mars for the last few centuries has been controlled by a cult dedicated to machinery called the Adeptus Mechanicus. Jeb realizes that Mars could easily defeat a united Earth, even with all its firepower, and decides instead to join forces. Now, with the Mechanicus technology at his back, Jeb can lead a holy crusade across the galaxy, reconnecting with lost human colonies and bringing the truth to them. Jeb is soon deemed the Emperor of Mankind, and reveals to humanity he has always existed throughout history. A great crusade begins as humankind is able to once again travel through the warp. Jeb has brought together many worlds either through conquest or by acknowledgement of his wisdom. The galaxy is a dangerous place, and the only light is the Emperor. Various Xenos threaten humankind, orcs, Eldar, and even the mysterious forces of chaos, fueled purely by the bitter rage of Hillary Clinton. Eventually, the Dark Gods of Chaos corrupt a major ally of Jeb, Ben Shapiro, as they corrupt him into believing that the ways of Jeb are not true, turning on Jeb and descending mankind into an era of civil war. By the last battle of this heresy, Jeb and Ben have a final clash. Jeb is victorious. Ben is struck down, and his Chaos Legions chased back into the warp. At least for now. Despite his victory, Jeb's injuries are too much. Jeb is now just a hollow man, his body becoming a corpse. Brought into what will soon be called the Golden Throne, Jeb sustains his life by the daily sacrifice of 10,000 clapping attendees. But that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video, in which I exploit a global crisis to predict which video game character will survive the coronavirus.